Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rech Kwadash. Double honor to the elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone and Ruel. Shalom to elect Hak out there doing this work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory, in season, out of season. Shalom to the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of the nation of Israel, which are the men, women, sons, and daughters of the elect of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered through the four corners of the earth. Esau about to do some business, man. Okay. Esau's about to do some business. But it's all a business of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. And you have so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian Haitians that believe in the process of democracy. Okay, whether, it's the Republicans or the Democrats, the right to the left wingers, to the right wingers. But, Esau's about to do something dirty, do Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans dirty, and they've been doing it, So let's just go to the scripture right quick. Revelations 13 and 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth." The beast is talking about the Roman Empire. "And he had two horns like a lamb. And he spake as a dragon." Now, the two horns like a lamb goes back to what? The ancient Roman pagan empire. Like you have the plebeians, which were the poor, and you had the plebeians and the publicans, if I'm not mistaken. No, the patricians, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. It says, just like they have now, the Democrats, which are for so-called for the people, and the Republicans are the so-called rich. Okay. Okay. And he spake as a dragon. See, that's the thing. What Esau is set up. Who's Esau, the so-called white man? That's his setup. He claims to, if you are a Republican or if you are a Democrat, they claim to want to help the people. That's their whole shtick that they give you. And it says, "And he spake as a dragon." A dragon represents cruelty. Okay. All right. It represents cruelty. So they're about to, they're about to do some dirty, man. They about to, he spake as a dragon, man. They're going to bring out a lot of austerity laws to put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in a real bad way, Now, lamb's supposed to be harmless, right? All right. Lamb don't hurt nobody. But he spake as a dragon, So just beware of what Esau, the so-called white man, and his political parties, just beware what they're about to do. Trump, he's taking orders from the small hats, from the little hat wearers. We know who they are, the real estate agents, and they're about to do something real dirty. Okay, they're gonna get busy, yo. They're gonna get busy. Okay, all right, because he spake as a dragon. So they're bringing out all kind of laws to further put so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in a bad situation. Okay, all right. Now, as far as so-called white people, the peon so-called white people that that's gonna get it too. Well, hey, listen. They don't give a shit about you either, but we don't care about the peon so-called white people. And we don't even care about, I'm talking about the elect men and women of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai, what they do to 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? All right? So this is for the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? Of you so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, and Native Americans, Hispanics, and so forth. All right? But they're about to get real busy. You know, because they always bringing out, and it's going to get bad. Okay? Let's just say that. Because the scriptures speak about what? The time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel. You so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos. Okay? All right? It's about to get real bad. Okay? All right? It's about to be a lot of death. It's about to be a famine. Okay? Of food. All right? You know, they already put you know, the National Guard out there in DC, and DJ Trump, you know, he's talking about bringing it to New York, Chicago. I mean, he's talking about bringing it to all the major cities, yo. Okay? That's why it says, and he spake as a dragon, you know? And that's how the Roman Empire was, man. The Roman Empire wasn't no friendly empire, man. Roman Empire, they took over shit. They conquered shit through force, through the sword. And they bringing out all this legislation, you know. Trump talking about being vicious. The person that did this and did that, we got to be just as vicious as they are, you know. Revelations 12:12, you know. So hope you're edified, and with that, shalom.